Thank you, Sam Turner, for doing an incredible job so far. This is Open Swim. My name is Joe Dombrowski, and we're headed right into Trios Increiblé, a most unique set of circumstances featuring 3 standard tag teams split off as one partner joins the left side of the screen, one partner joins the right side of the screen, and it's going to be a very interesting exercise as we'll see if the main event can even adjust far enough to get the match started. Black having to explain that they are not a team, they'll be on opposing sides. Main event, Oreo Speedwagon and the Runway split up on either side. And here we see what maybe the first bits of mind games here, that treat, that piece of meat, whatever that happens to be that Midas is holding out for Jake Lyon, usually a reward for good behavior, for subservience, but here, a little bit of a psychological tactic, it appears. Lyon gets his treat, but with the bell officially sounding, friendships, relationships, business partnerships are out the window here. This is a matchup that was devised by our campground owner, Brad Rush, who saw this once in Guadalajara, Mexico. I believe he was on tour down there, hitting Tulancingo, Hidalgo, and a number of other very famous, beautiful cities in that particular part of the world. But right now, what it's going to be a test in team building and trust building as well, as we see the main event have their exchange, still with meat in mouth, as Lyon gets the tag to Tyler Klein, Calvin Couture tagging on the other side. It's not only adjusting to work with people that you normally wouldn't, trusting people you normally wouldn't, getting out of your comfort zone. If you're uncomfortable, you're learning something. But it's also, as you can see here, an opportunity to best the individual that probably knows you more than anyone else in professional wrestling. Klein and Calvin have traveled the roads together for quite some time. It's Calvin the fashionista, Klein the fashion consultant, and it's Klein connecting with a leg lariat to take Calvin down. This is all a small sample of what you're going to see when we go to IWTV at the top of the hour, 8 p.m. Eastern, for Christmas Trios 2020. If you're not a part of IWTV, if you're new to IWTV, independentwrestling.tv, use the promo code LEAPFROG when you get there, and not only do you get in on Christmas Trios 2020, but you also get a free 5-day trial to the IWTV library, the most expansive independent wrestling library you're going to find anywhere in the world. It is a can't-miss situation, no matter what you're into, what style, what era of independent wrestling. Whatever you like, there's something for you on IWTV, and there's something for you here at Christmas Trios as well, because we have so many eclectic and unique teams. Some know each other very, very well. Some have never met until today. And the teamwork that you're going to see, or lack thereof, is going to be a developing story throughout the night. And speaking of teamwork or lack thereof, Calvin and Tyler, in tandem, try to release their holds on one another. Double clothesline, and check this out, referee, double pin. All 4 shoulders are down as we almost had an inadvertent enacting of the old New Age Outlaw rule, so to speak, only in this instance, the tag team partners are on opposite sides as we get a look at Oreo Speedwagon, Faraday on the left, Wavera on the right, and there'll be no time for these 2 athletes to say keep on loving you to one another, because this is a competitive situation. And I will say this about Joshua Wavera. I've been studying the career of this athlete any chance I get. I know some of the people that Josh has trained under. I know some of the people Josh has studied on their downtime, and Josh is very fiercely competitive. And I think the evolution of Josh Wavera over the past few months, and certainly the months and years to come, will be very, very interesting. Xavier Faraday is more of the athletic, aerialistic, very quick individual, and I think Wavera and Faraday complement each other very, very well in standard tag team matchups, but here you're seeing two very distinct styles. Wavera is grounding Faraday and getting a distinct advantage from it. Wavera has the size advantage, and you see Wavera mounts Faraday, had the fist position, but had second thoughts. Wavera fought the urge to strike his partner, but will it come to a point he can't fight that feeling anymore? Great show of respect, and in my estimation, this will be a tandem to watch in the months ahead when it comes to standard 2-on-2 tag team competition. Faraday tried to shoulder block through Wavera. I would not advise. But this is a small sample of some of the unique trios we're going to see on IWTV as part of the actual tournament. What's going to happen when Killian McMurphy and his goons take on the mystical, macabre nature of Degeneration X? What's going to happen when the determination of Salt the Snow takes on the precision of Technico Team 2000? And Eric Watts will not be attending, by the way. And the team that tears at my heartstrings, pulls at my heartstrings the most, maybe the sentimental favorites to me, how about the Pop Art Flyers? I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I'm looking forward to seeing what a very good professional wrestler has in store, because he's got some very... Oh, look at this! We saw a moment ago, Faraday went for the heartwarming moment. He went for the trademark pose of Oreo Speedwagon, and Wavera saw an opportunity. Wavera took an advantage and connected with that back suplex. Again, the competitive nature we talked about, the transformation we have seen into just a better, more focused and determined athlete. And there's a time to smile. There's a time for fun and games. There's a time to every purpose. But in this specific match, it's all about victory at the expense of what's comfortable to you, at the expense of someone who you may call brother, you may call best friend, you may call, we may call a cover here, and that's 2 count, as Faraday gets the shoulder up. But as I was talking about, just so many trios, tandems. What about Team Drop Down and their desire to seemingly overtake the entire nature, the entire spirit of Camp Leapfrog, at the expense of all of these athletes and many of these competitors, many of these campers that you see watching this matchup are gearing up to compete themselves, as Faraday sends Wavera and Calvin into each other, and it's Faraday, fight for his life out here, striking anything near him that moves. Wavera accidentally collides with Calvin thanks to the assist from Faraday. Normally, that'd be a great idea. Here, a miscue. And check out Faraday. This is the cookie cutter. It's an Oreo Speedwagon specialty that Wavera was inadvertently baited into. The sling blade, the tag, here comes Lion, here comes Black. Will Black have the Midas touch, where everything he touches turns to gold? Or Jay Lion, who, let's be honest, he's a filthy creature of another sort. Everything he touches turns to flies, I think. But will that nature win out? And I'm very impressed Midas Black still has the hat on. And Lion still has the meat in his mouth. Old habits die hard if you're in the main event. Face first, Midas sends his would-be opponent, and Tyler falling all over himself to try to interrupt that particular fall. Midas was there waiting for him as action continues. And this has been, oh, check this out, again, an inadvertent double team as Midas uses his own usual is better bit of nomenclature, tag team partner as a weapon, and now, well, all 6 of these athletes have had to jump through many hoops in this matchup already just to get as far as they have been. And have you ever seen a trained Calvin Will Calvin work on the fly here and adjust to the main event playbook? Calvin looking to soar. No! You do not. You do not try to jump through another man's hoop. It's just unethical, folks. It's sacrilege. Here comes Wavera. Great tag, timely tag by Wavera and Black. But Lion breaks through, and Lion just pounces on his normal keeper. And a springboard kick dazes Calvin, caught enough of Calvin to send him down. Wavera elevated. Check out this power from the thick, stocky Lion. Looking to be the king of this jungle, but Wavera looking to make sure the Lion sleeps tonight. Check out the aggression, these forearm smashes. Lion is dazed. Must feel like he's been tranquilized. And here comes Wavera. Both feet to the side of that majestic mane. And Wavera is feeling the energy. Tyler Klein from behind. Klein looking to outsmart the field here. It's Wavera. Catches. Tyler has that arm and shoulder draped on the top rope. Check out Faraday. Up and over. Flip dive, tope con hilo to the outside against some inadvertent chemistry from Oreo Speedwagon, and then Faraday hauls off and kicks Wavera between the eyes. Keep in mind, in trios matches here and throughout the night, is lucha tag rules, much more lax than the American style you may be used to, as Tyler almost puts away his normal standard tag team partner. Sometimes they use physical contact to tag. Sometimes it's as simple as exiting a ring and someone else taking their place. It's a little more lax, a little more liberal, but the action is quicker and more explosive and comes from every direction as a result. It's Calvin and Tyler now centering again. And Calvin cinches Tyler in for the play of the day. Shout out Elite Skipper here. Camp Leapfrog, why not? Faraday with a trip up, and jeez. Right to the back of the head. Calvin had no time to see it coming. Faraday on top. And it's Wavera, most unusually, interrupting the Faraday cover. Again, things that you would not normally see in any circumstances, but that book is out the window when we're talking Christmas trios. And certainly a lot of rules of what is standard are out the window when it's Camp Leapfrog, but jeez. BFOL. You can guess what those initials spell out, but that lariat could mean the end as Wavera drops Faraday. And no remorse and all focus there. It's what Wavera needed, but Lion with the interruption. Twisting, Uranagi, multiple revolutions, that's gotta be it! No! And Lion is feeling it. Those juices are flowing. And keep in mind, this isn't even part of the Trios tournament. This is a bonus. This is open swim. We've got an entire bracket full of hungry, competitive teams, many of them watching this match and are thinking, how do I top this? How do I be bigger, be better, be badder, be bolder for the IWTV audience? Double splash, double pin, but a double kick out. This action is explosive, and it's only going to escalate. Top of the hour. When Christmas Trios officially gets underway. That's assuming if this match even ends by then. This may carry over into Christmas Trios because I don't see any kind of a clear-cut winner so far. These teams are so evenly matched, justifiably so. They were split down the middle. Right down the middle, Daddy. And these teams have now turned once again to their normal tag team partners. As the slugfest emerges, well, the Runway had different ideas. They're going to dispose of the main event. I don't think they wanted to hit each other in their respective faces and mess up their looks. Oreo Speedwagon gets rid of the Runway, and for a moment we see that familiarity as these teams, in a way, work together, but still with individual goals. It's Wavera and Faraday in the center of the ring, and check out Faraday trying to catch Wavera unaware. Wavera on top, and Faraday reverses it, traps the shoulders, tight hook, cradles him, and Faraday gets the win for his team. You see the look of surprise on the face of Josh Wavera. Did not expect to be out-quickened and outsmarted, albeit for a moment, by Xavier Faraday. But we've seen both these athletes progress and improve so much that, as I said, it was 50-50 in terms of how this matchup could play out. So many of these tournament matches are 50-50 as well. As we continue to count down, the minutes become seconds. The fiercely competitive Wavera couldn't get the job done here, but there'll be other days for these 6 athletes. But tonight, it all comes down to this for 8 teams as we are about to get started, just moments away. Sam Laterna, back to you, my friend.